Alrighty, welcome everybody. It is Tuesday night and I hope you are ready to stamp. My name is Julie Brown. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and if this is the first time to my Facebook Live, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. If you'd like to make any comments or ask any questions, just type it into comments and I will see it. Please note that I do look down when I'm stamping, so sometimes I do miss comments, but I do try to look up and see the comments that are going on. Also, if you're on, go ahead and type a hello. Let me know that you're here. I do lives every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And so if, again, first time with me, that's when I am on every single week. I also will eventually post this to my YouTube channel, so you can always watch it there as well. If you are watching it on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe, say hello to me, because I will see comments later. Hey, Janet. Yeah, so welcome. So I'm going to take care of a little bit of housekeeping while everybody has a little bit of time to get on. And so let's get taken care of that. So for this month, that is the hostess code. You can order through me at juliebrown.stampinup.net. There's my email, my Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram is Julie's Creative Stamping. My YouTube channel, you have to put Julie Brown dot in front of the Julie's Creative Stamping. And then you can find all of my YouTube videos that I have done. Also, please make sure you check out my blog at stampinjuliebrown.blogspot.com because that is where I put anything that I design but I don't do a video on, you'll find there. So let's talk about what we're going to be working on tonight. So tonight we are going to be working with the Hey Ladybug stamp set. And this is what it looks like. And it's a bundle and it comes with this really cool punch. And the punch punches out the ladybug and the wings. And so we're going to be creating some bugs tonight. Woohoo, right? Are you excited? All right, let's get started on our first card. Let me just move all of this to the side and bring in my stuff for the first card. So the first thing that we're going to do is, as you can see, I already stamped one of these and cut this out. Let me get that out of the way. But I'm going to go ahead and stamp a ladybug and the ladybug's wings. These are polymer stamps, the photopolymer stamps, and they also are a lot of two-step stamping. And hey, Susie. And so two-step stamping just means that on some of the stamps, you have to stamp it twice to get the image that you're looking for. All right, so we're going to stamp our ladybug. Oh, and I forgot to put my silicone mat underneath. But I do want to show you a little trick. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little bit of white down here at the bottom. If you're real quick, you can bring in your blends, if you have the same color of blend, and you can actually color in any spot that you happen to leave when you're stamping. And because I didn't have my silicone mat, it left just a little itty bitty white spot right there. All right, let me grab my chamois and let's get this clean. And then I'm going to leave this black here because I'm going to need it again. So now we're going to bring in our wings and we're going to be stamping that with real red ink. And the one thing that you want to keep aware of is kind of like with your punch, look at how the wings are. So what that tells me is that if I'm going to be turning it this way to punch it out, then I want to stamp it in that same direction. And that just helps you with saving paper. It just makes it a little bit easier. So that's just my little tip for the night. Okay, so we're going to stamp those wings. Alrighty, and then this is where the two-step stamping comes in. Sorry, I especially like to clean them quick when I'm using any of the red inks because they have a tendency to, I mean, they're going to stain anyway, but maybe stain a little less. And then there's another stamp in here that has the dots. to go to put the black dots in here. And this is where we're going to do our two-step stamping. And this can be a little bit difficult on getting it lined up, especially when I'm trying not to put my head in the camera. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. And then it puts the little dots in there. Yay, huh? Exciting. So that's two-step stamping. So a lot of our stamps come where you like stamp the one image and then you stamp the other image, and you're going to see a lot of that tonight. All right. So we're going to come back to this in a minute because, of course, that's the ladybug. But what I decided that I wanted to do with this set is it's got this cute little stamp, and I don't know because it's clear, but it's like a ladybug walking. And I decided I wanted to make a caterpillar out of the ladybug. So I'm going to show you how I did it. And it's going to go on our card. So I did the first, obviously the beginning of the ladybug is just the whole stamp. Then what you have to do, and I should have brought my wipes over because my hand tended to get a little. So you want to take a sticky note, or I have these really cool Post-it. It looks like it's in a tape runner. And so I have these. And so I'm going to take these and I am going to cover the head of the ladybug. And then this one antenna that's up here. Now, the biggest trick to this is you've got to remember once you ink it up to pull the tape off of it, which is something I sometimes forget to do. Okay, so we're going to ink that ladybug up. And then I'm actually going to bring in my tweezers just so I don't get my hand all nasty. All right, and then I'm going to come in and I'm just going to get as close as I can. And we're going to lay that down like that. Now, don't worry about these spots that aren't touching because I'm going to show you how to fix that. Okay, so then I'm going to come back in and we're just going to lay that tape right back over where it was before. I'm just going to push it down and we're going to ink this up again. And we're going to, whoa, see, I almost forgot to take that tape off. That's the thing you don't forget to do. It's like, whoa now. All right, and then we're going to come in about like so. And put another little body there. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean this off because I'm seeing a little bit of shadowing there, which can happen sometimes when you're trying to mask things. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put a clean piece of tape for this last one, just because I just re-inked my black memento pad, and so it's really, really juicy. So I want to make sure I don't get black all over my hands for this. All right, so we're just going to stick that on there like so. And then we're going to ink it up and pull that off of there. And then we're going to put on this last little bit. Alrighty, so that is how I created a caterpillar out of the ladybug. But to finish it off, what I did, and you could probably do this with blends as well, but I actually used my Stampin' Right marker because it has this really like a pin side to it. And so I just came in and I finished that circle right there. So I'm going to finish all these circles. And then on this area where it's thicker, like a bigger dot, which caterpillars, you know, they're like that. They have different shadings. I just used the brush side or the brush tip and I filled it in like so. All right, and so then we have, voila, a caterpillar. What do you guys think? Isn't it cute? I made a caterpillar. All right, so this caterpillar is going to end up on our card front, and I think I'm going to make his body Daffodil Delight because I just kind of like Daffodil Delight. Actually, the reason I'm using these colors is because I want to point out, for those of you that don't have a lot of room for like for pads and stuff, this is one of the sets that is available in the catalog. They are our classic Stampin' Spot assortment, and they're just smaller ink pads, and they take up just a lot less room. So I'm using the colors that are in there in these tonight. So we're gonna make this caterpillar Daffodil Delight. So again, this is your two-step stamping. And so this is the little body that goes over that. And so you basically just line up your lines and lay it down. This is the one time I'm going to tell you guys it's okay to kind of lay it on one side and then fold it over. I don't know if you guys can tell that I'm doing that, but I am actually like laying this down on the right hand side first, lining it up with the lines, and then I'm just kind of laying it over so that it matches up. And this is really hard to do, not being able to get right on top of this thing. But I don't think you guys want to see my head, so I'm trying to keep my head out of it. Okay. There you go. So there's our little caterpillar. Isn't it cute? I love it. I like it anyway. Okay. So let me clean this off. But so see how that's cool? It just puts the color on whether you're making it a ladybug or a caterpillar. And then I'm going to come in, and it's got these this stamp set has these really cute little flowers. There's 3 in a bunch. And I'm just going to go around the edge of this, stamping off, and just to add some flowers to it. And so I'm obviously not going to be going like all the way on, but I'm just going to kind of go around and add these flowers around this edge just to give it a cute look. And like I said, I'm not necessarily trying to get like an entire image of the flower. I'm just trying to get, some cute things coming in. Kind of like the caterpillar is strolling through some flowers. So we're just going to go all the way around. And let's get this finished up. There we go. So see, then we're just putting the flowers around it. All right, so then I'm going to take this. Let me clean this off. I'm actually going to turn my paper over because, again, I just re-inked my stamp pads, and so they're really juicy. And because I've got I'm working with white, I don't want to... Oh, I guess I should get this out of the way before I set something on that. There we go. All right, so then I'm going to bring in a strip of black. And we're just going to adhere this to that. This is basically, the black's basically going to be my mat for this one. And I'm just going to add that to this. If I can get it on here straight. This is just so hard when I can't really get my head completely straight down over it. I mean, you guys know, you do this at home. Okay, so there's that. So now let's bring in that piece And let me show you. So we don't have, obviously the punch is what came with this. So there's not a die for this. So for the leaf, and I did 2 of them. I already fussy cut one out. So I'm just going to fussy cut this out really quick so that you guys can see it's really not hard to fussy cut. And it really doesn't take a long time. Now, fussy cut means that we're just leaving a little bit of a white edge around it. And I think that's why it's a little bit easier to do. I'm really bad when I have to cut exactly on the line. You know, I've joked with you guys in the past about how I didn't play very much with paper dolls because, you know, I really hated cutting out, and you had to cut like right on the line. If I could have fussy cut out like my paper doll stuff, I probably would have played with them a lot more. But cutting is just not something I enjoy doing. Some people find it very therapeutic, and I'm not one of them. So there you go. See, pretty easy to cut that out. But now for this, we have the punch. We have the punch. And so, and did I do that wrong after all? Oh no. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. I'm actually going to cut this in half so I don't accidentally cut off the body to my ladybug. So we're just going to come in here and we're just going to line this up. And I always cut from the bottom so that I can see what I'm doing. And we're just going to pop that out of there. But see how even when it punches out, it has that like white outline. So fussy cutting the leaves matches perfectly. Then I'm going to come in with the ladybug body. And we're going to punch that out. And then I'm just going to bring in a little bit of liquid glue. And we're going to attach these wings. I'm just going to put some glue there and there. And we're going to attach these wings to our ladybug body. Look how quick you have a ladybug. Isn't that cute? It's so stinking cute. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my stamping on the inside of my card. Just so I have it done. So I'm going to come back in and we're going to do that. We're going to actually do the front and the back of the caterpillar. So let's do that one more time, just so you guys can see it again. So we're going to act like the caterpillar's coming in on this side. And then we've got one going out on the other side. Like so. So it's going to look like that. And then let me get this cleaned up, and we'll bring in that Daffodil Delight again. And get his little body done. And again, you'll see me, I get the right side down. So basically, I'm kind of rocking it. It's the only time I'll tell you it's okay to rock it, right? Hey, Juanita. So glad you're joining us tonight. I'm glad you liked my little caterpillar and ladybug. Wait till you see the next card. We're going to do a bee. I just want you guys to see how versatile this can be. Sorry, I was looking at something. Okay, so then what I'm going to do for the saying on the inside, I'm going to take these flowers. Oh, gosh. I'm trying really hard not to make a hot mess of myself tonight. And I'm going to stamp off twice. And actually, All right, and then I'm going to come in here. Let me get this lined up. And we're going to come in about the center, and we're going to put those little flowers right there. Then I am going to come in with one of the little sayings. Sorry, let me clean this. Hope you guys don't mind that I clean as I go. And one of the sentiments in this thing is called, it says "my friend," and so I'm gonna take the "my friend" and I'm gonna ink it up and get quite a bit of ink on it, and then try to get this straight. And then we're just gonna take that and we're just gonna stamp that right in the middle of those flowers, like so. That way it just kind of gives the inside a little fun look. And you know, we usually just put a sentiment without any anything. But don't forget, you can always, you know, if you stamp off, you can always put one of the images like I just did, and put a sentiment in the middle. So see, cute, huh? Okay, I'll set this to the side for a quick sec. Let me make sure this is dry. All right, let's bring in our card base. So I'm going to be working with a basic black card base. And then I am going to bring in a real red piece. And I'm doing this card a little bit different because I usually leave like a border all the way around. But tonight I decided that I was going to have some of the edges be flush, just to give, you know, give the card a little different look. Okay, so we're going to come in and we're going to try to center this top to bottom to where it's going to be flush on your edges. And you're probably going to have to turn it over and trim it like so, just so that when people open the card, all right, then we're going to come in. This came from the Pattern Party designer series paper that's in the annual catalog. It's got this on one side, which is really pretty, but then I like the black and white checked, so we're going to use that side. That's one of I'm going to say that's one of the biggest issues with our designer series paper is it's always two-sided, and it's always so hard to put adhesive on one side and hide it. I always have such a hard time trying to decide which side I'm going to use and which side I'm not. And then we're going to do the same thing with this piece that we did with the other piece. And we are going to center this top and bottom. And again, probably have to trim it. I don't know if that's, yeah, I can see a little bit of the yellow. This one's not as bad as the red was. All right. Then we're going to come in with our little caterpillar, sorry. And we're going to put this guy right down here. Now, when I put my glue on, I'm only going to put adhesive over here along the bottom and up this side, because I'm going to be sticking those leaves behind this. And the nice thing about this checkered paper is it helps you line it up really easily. Okay, so we're going to get that lined up like so. Then we're going to come in with those leaves that we stamped and cut out. And this is Granny Apple Green is the color I used for this. And so I'm going to take one of these leaves and it's going to stick up like so. And then the other one, we're going to do it the opposite, to where this little stem shows on the top. So it's going to go like so. And then we're going to come in with this little tiny strip of real red. And the other little saying that this has that is so cute, it says, "You can bug me anytime." I love it. Love it, love it. Right? Isn't that how we feel? I mean, about our friends, you know, it's like, people always call me, I hope I'm not bugging you. You know what? If you're my friend, you're not bugging me. I love hearing from all of my friends and family. Okay, so, and I'm going to stamp this all the way to the right because I'm going to be adding something to the end of this. But I just thought that was a cute little saying in this set. So just so I can, so this is the stamp set again. And so I've used this one, 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 and this one. So I've pretty much used almost all the stamps in the stamp set. I always love it when I get a lot of use out of a stamp set. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick that right there. Now, I'm not popping anything up on this card, and the reason being is I've got so many layers already that it already has dimension to it. And so I didn't feel like I needed to pop any of these things up. Okay, so the You Can Bug Me Anytime is going to go there. Then we're going to bring in our fun little ladybug, and she's going to sit right there. And again, I'm just using liquid glue. I guess we call ladybugs she's because they're called ladybugs, right? So I'm just going to set our little ladybug right there. And then I'm going to bring in, this is the twine, the black and white twine from the Playful Pets trim combo. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to like do multiple loops on your bow. So I'm basically going to take this and I'm going to wrap it around basically 3 times, and I'm coming around that 4th time, but this 4th one is basically going to be whoops, this one's going to come through. I'm going to move this up just a little bit. I didn't give myself enough room to tie it. And then I'm just going to do it like I normally do it. So I'm going to run this through the top and then bring it around the bottom. And then we're going to tie that. And then we're just going to pull this off. And what this does, I mean, for me, I kind of wanted this, because I'm doing a caterpillar and a ladybug, I kind of wanted this to look like a butterfly, right? So that was the thought behind the madness there. So I'm just going to come in and I'm going to take a little mini glue dot, and we're going to stick that right there. And then we're just going to stick that right onto the little glue dot. And then you can trim these because I didn't want it to actually like cover the caterpillar's head. All right. So there's the front. What do you guys think? Isn't it cute? I love it. I fell in love with this set. And then for the inside, I'm basically just going to do the same thing. We're going to have this real red piece. And I'm going to set it up just like I did on the front. Oh, this is, I may be going to liquid glue. It looks like I'm almost out of my Stampin' Seal Plus. Does that tell you guys how many cards I make? I've been making cards all day today. So I've been using the heck out of that. Okay, and again, we're going to turn it over and trim. Probably should have waited till I got the white piece on there, but hey, we'll just get her done. So we're just going to trim that off, and then we're just going to bring in that piece like so. That way it matches the front. And we're just gonna, again, just center it top to bottom. And get that on there centered. All right, and then we're gonna flip this over. And again, do our trimming. Like I said, I should have just put it on, put these two pieces on and then put it in the inside. All right, and there's our finished card. So it says, "You can bug me anytime, my friend." Oh, I hope you guys like it. I think that this is just so stinking cute. All right, next. So for this next card, I'm going to show you how to do the bee kind of at the end. I'm going to get everything kind of set up to do this card. And so the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to bring in a piece of white, Whisper White. And we're actually using the big die cut machine tonight. I feel all grown up. That car, I don't know what you mean. Oh, it turned out a door. Oh, thank you guys. I'm glad you like it. You know, sometimes I don't know if my thought process is going to work. So, yeah. Yeah, I was trying to think of some other bugs to do, because even though I love ladybugs, you know, I want to get the most that I can out of my stamp sets. And the fact that we can make this ladybug into a caterpillar is super fun. All right, so this is the stitched with Whimsy dies. Now these dies don't cut out. These are really cool dies, and I haven't used all that much. Oh, car was a typo. Okay. I was like, what car? I didn't do a car. But what's cool about these is that they emboss a stitched design onto your card base or your mat. And so let me show you. So see that? Isn't that cool? So it doesn't like cut it out, but it just puts the stitching in there. And I haven't used these a ton, but I absolutely love them. So I don't know why I haven't been using them. But this card that we're doing tonight is going to be perfect for this. Okay, so I have a lot of stamping to do on this one. So this time I'm going to be stamping with this flower that is also part of the set. I probably should have the set sitting here, so just so you guys can kind of see like what all comes in it. Let me do it that way. Oh, that doesn't work. Let me try this side. I've got these lights that sometimes cause issues. Oh, well, that's as good as it's going to get, ladies. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to open up all of these inks. And I'm going to be using Real Red. And then I'm going to use, Granny Apple Green. All right. So I'm just going to come in and I'm going to ink up this flower. It's like a daisy. And so I'm going to put a yellow one in that corner and a yellow one in this corner. This card's going to be kind of bright. And then we're going to come in with our Real Red. And we're going to stick a flower right there. And do it again up here. I'm trying really hard to keep my hands clean. All right, and then we're going to come for the center. We're going to use Granny Apple Green. And that one is just going to set like so. Let me get that cleaned off. Okay, and then it has this little tiny, it's like the middle of the flower. And so I'm going to come in and I'm going to do green in the middle of the Daffodil Delight and the Real Red. And then I'm going to do Daffodil Delight in the middle of the Granny Apple Green. All right, so there we go. So that's pretty much our stamping on this card. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on the card front because then we're going to start building from this point. So let me get this ink out of the way. I think I'm pretty much done with the inks for a few, at least for the next few seconds. Okay. So I'm going to actually mount this onto a Daffodil Delight piece. And then in just a second, we're going to build our bee. But we're also going to build some daisies because we have a punch that we've had for a while. And I wanted to show it off again because it's been one of my favorite punches for a long time, but I haven't used it in a while. And when I saw this set, at first I got excited because I thought it would cut out this flower, but it doesn't. But we have this medium daisy punch, and I thought it would cut this one out, but it doesn't. But that's okay. All right, and then I'm going to bring in, I'm using basic black tonight for both of my card bases, but it's just because I like all of these bright colors with the black. Whoopsies. All right, so let me just stick this on this card front. And then what we're going to do is we're going to build a couple of daisies, and then we're going to build a bee with this ladybug punch. All right, so there's that. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to bring in those same colors in cardstock. So I've got the Granny Apple Green, Daffodil Delight, and Real Red. And I'm going to take this medium daisy punch and I'm going to punch out 2 of each color. All right, so we got that one. And we got this one. Oops. Well, I already started it. I think I was off the page a little bit on that one. It's all right. That's what I get for cutting this just wide enough. All right, there we go. So we've got all those cut out. And now we're just going to take some mini glue dots. And we're just going to put these daisies together. And so I'm just doing same color to same color. So I just put a little glue dot in the center. And then I take, and we're just going to offset. So, and sometimes you have to move this around to get it to offset just right. All right, so we're going to build that one like so. And then grab another glue dot. Whoops, I almost flipped that right off the page. Okay, and again, you got to figure out where that offset works the best. I just kind of push it down a little and then mess with it. And I just don't push like real hard on the center until I get it where I want it. All right, then next one. So how many of you forgot about this punch? How fun it was. or some of you may not have it, but there's actually this one and then there's a larger one. So there's actually 2 of these punches in the annual catalog that you can play with. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take a dimensional, and we're going to stick a dimensional on the back side of these daisies. I'm just using 1 dimensional. I know you guys are getting excited to see how we build the bee, right? But I'm getting all this out of the way, and then we'll build the bee. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this daisy and we're going to overlap. I'm going to go a little more to the left than these 2 are, so they're not exactly lined up because I am offsetting these a little bit. And then I have a strip of basic black that I actually did the white embossing. So I stamped it in Versamark, put the white embossing powder, and heated it up. Now this happy birthday actually comes from this Celebrating You stamp set. Just so you know. All right. And then I'm just going to glue this down or adhere it. And it is actually going to go right across, like centering right over these flowers down here. Like so. Well, if I can get it to... And it's going to be on the white piece. So it's where the edges are flush with the white piece. All right, come on, stick down. It's wanting to keep moving on me. And then this last little daisy is going to go there. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in some embellishments in just a second, but that's where we're at so far. Okay, now, dun, da, da, here comes the bee. Okay, so to build the bee, we're going to take a piece of basic black. And these are 1/4 inch strips, which I'm sure a ton, you guys have these. These are the little pieces that you cut off the end when you're trying to do mats and stuff. And so basically to build this bee, what we're going to do is we're going to just glue some strips down. Again, nothing that is really horribly hard. And so I'm just going to stick this Daffodil Delight one down. I'm going to try to get it flush to that edge. Then even though this is already black, I want it all to be level. So I'm just going to put a little thing like so. And you can, Julie Gilson, I think her name is, Gilson, is who actually, you know, it's because her name is Julie is why she thought of this. But she's the one that came up with how to make these little bees. And I just thought it was brilliant. So we can all thank her for using that imagination on how to create a bee. So again, I'm just building across. And usually it takes about 3 of the yellow strips and 2 of the black strips for it to be tall enough to make the bee. Now I got a little glue right here, so I'm going to use my glue eraser. And the reason I'm doing that is because I really don't want any glue on that punch. Okay, so now we have this. So we are going to come in, and you have to kind of angle this so that because this is at an angle, you have to angle this in there so that it, so that the bee's body is straight. So I don't know if I explained that well. So it's not like I'm going straight in with the paper. I'm trying to like line it up with the bee. Hey, Shanine. Whoops. Okay, so there's that part. Then we need a body. And then I'm going to bring in some vellum for the wings. I don't know if this is, oh, that is wide enough. Okay. So I'm just going to cut some vellum wings. So we are using the Ladybug stamp set tonight, Shanine. And I just lost the body. Oh, but I'm now, I already showed the Ladybug, but now I'm showing you how to make a bee. And so now we're just going to take this little body, right? And we're just going to attach that like so. Isn't it cute? Oh, let me get it straight. Then I'm going to take a little glue dot. And don't freak out that you're going to be able to see this for a hot second. Then we're going to take our vellum wings. And we're going to attach those. All right, and then I am going to use some glue dots on this bee because we're going to pop this one up. And then I'm going to finish it off with some embellishments to make it all kind of finish nice. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of set my bee right there. And then I'm going to come in with our classic matte dots. And I'm going to pick up one of these black ones. And that's going to go right over that glue dot on the bee. Then I'm going to pick up some of these white ones. And they're going to go in the center of our little daisies. And remember, this is that medium daisy punch. Oh, come on. I probably should be using the spatula side. I don't know why I fight with this all the time. Just because, you know. Oh my gosh, come on. That one just did not want to come. All right, and then just one more. Let's see if I can grab one more. All right, what do you guys think? What do you think? Dun da da! A bee! Okay, so for the inside of this one, again, I'm just going to come back in with these flowers. Oh, that's why I knew I didn't want to completely put that ink away. And I always kind of want to start with my lightest color. And so we're going to come in here and we're going to just stamp this little flower like so. And, oh, I was like, where did I put my chamois? All right, and then I'm going to come in and we're going to do a granny apple green one if I can manage to keep my hands out of it. Jiminy. All right, so there's that one. And then we're going to come in with the real red. Can you guys hear me just throwing things out of the way? Isn't this a cute set, Janet? I agree. This is an adorable set. It's so much fun. Alrighty. And then, oh my gosh, I cannot keep my hands out of this stuff. All right, and then I just need to do the centers. And this time I'm going to do the centers a little bit different. So we're just going to kind of change this up a little bit. And so we're going to put red in the Granny Apple Green one. And then we're going to put Granny Apple Green in the yellow. Let me clean that off first. All right. And then we're going to put Daffodil Delight into the red. I know this really is a super cute, fun set. All right, and then it has this little saying. So on the front, we had happy birthday, and then one of the sentiments that's in this set says, may your greatest wish come true. So I thought that would be perfect for the inside of the card. All right. And then we're just going to finish this up. And then we're going to be done with both our cards. And we have made a ladybug, a caterpillar, and a bee all out of the same set. Woohoo! Who knew? Alrighty. Dun da da! There you go. Right? I'm so excited about this set, guys. So there you go. There's the two cards that we made tonight. This one I created the caterpillar with the stamps using this stamp. And yeah, and then we use that punch. And I did bring in, for this card, I did bring in that daisy, the daisy punch. But, I mean, just the bundle is so stinking cute. And look, I made 3 bugs. 3, count them, 3 bugs out of the same set. So, again, this is the Hello Ladybug Bundle. And the bundle is you get the stamp set and the punch. And if you're in love with this card, you can add on the medium daisy punch because it's super cute too. So anyway, guys, I hope you love the cards that I did. I had so much fun making them. And as you can see, it was super easy to switch and do a bumblebee. And I'm sure I can think of some other bugs. Actually, I just did. So I may be making some more bugs here pretty soon. And I'll put those cards on my blog. So anyway, guys, thanks for being with me tonight. I hope you enjoyed all of the cards that I did tonight. And I hope I taught you something. If nothing else, I hope you learned something. But as usual, I appreciate your time with me. And please make sure you follow me on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. And on YouTube, I will actually put a link to the supply list. So you can click on the supply list and it takes you straight to my store. Again, guys, thank you so much for dropping in. I appreciate your time, and everybody have a good night. And also don't forget, I do have a class this week. So if you haven't told me for sure that you're coming to class, make sure you let me know so that I can have enough card kits available for everybody. So that is, I'm having a Wednesday morning class, Wednesday evening class, and then a Saturday morning. So the morning start at 10, the evening starts at 5:30, and hopefully I will see some of you here this week. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.